Well, yesterday in court, we heard from, we finished up testimony with Deontay Nash, who is one of Cassie's best friends, but also worked as a stylist to her, which that end of his testimony was crossed. So that was with Diddy's team, and Diddy's team did not succeed with him. Deontay ate them up. Like they couldn't poke holes. He stood on everything he said. Oh my God.
He ate them up and they couldn't poke holes.
Wow. One of those bombs for Dante. Okay, he playing his game. He ain't gonna beat him in his own game.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all, okay? But then we went into the direct testimony of a woman who was testifying by the name of Mia. Now this woman
Who is Mia? Do we know who she is? What she looks like?
So I know her titles and the time she was with Diddy and with Revolt Films, so I could have looked that up, but because of how, like, they wouldn't even allow you to sketch her on a notepad in the court.
So you couldn't see her?
No, I could see her, but I don't want to be the person that puts her real name out there if I did know it, is what I'm saying. So she's testifying under the name Mia, and Mia was a former personal assistant of Diddy, and she also was one of the leads of Revolt Films. So she would bring in films for him and do different TV projects and all that. And
was she black or white? I'm just curious.
She, from what I could see, she was white.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's anything else mixed up in there.
Okay.
But she alleged that Diddy raped her several times. She says she actually went through about, I would say, 2 or 3 different alleged, like, sexual incidents, but she said that there was a ton more, and she alleges that she can't remember all of them because it was long ago, but also it was very traumatic. But she says that basically the first one happened, she alleges the first one happened because she used to stay in his houses a lot because her life was his life. It was very demanding. She was in one of his houses, and she alleges that Diddy came in, got into a lower bunk bed with her that she was staying in, and forced himself allegedly in her. And then that happened a couple more times. It was one time she alleges when she was like packing clothing for him in a closet of his, and then another time when she was on a private jet allegedly when they were traveling, and she went to the bathroom, which was in like a back area where he stayed, and she alleges that he forced himself into the bathroom, but she couldn't remember the details of inside of the bathroom.
Do we know why she's the only one that's anonymous? Because why haven't they given her names? Everybody else's names they given, everybody else's face they allowed. How come she's not out of all the people?
I do not know. I don't know that, but I do know that the whole like testify under a pseudonym thing, I've never seen it in real life, but it's so serious. I mean, like, they brought up like her passport just to verify her identity within like the 2 legal teams and the jurors, and like they took at least 30 minutes making sure no cameras, people didn't have phones, because some attorneys are allowed to have phones, making sure everybody had their phones off. Like, security got tight even in the overflow rooms. It was like a thing. I don't know what the difference is though, but you felt the difference though with the protection of her and some of the other witnesses, in my opinion.
Wonder why.
I'm not for sure, but she also
Who
talked
daughter is she? You think she's somebody's daughter, like real big?
I'm not for sure. I mean, she talked about, you know, just being a normal person with a dream at like her early 20s, trying to work in entertainment, and she got this job with Diddy, and she had no idea, but she was being severely like overworked, and she was going through things that weren't normal. Like, she alleges that she got her arm slammed in a door one time because she was very close to Cassie, because she allegedly would be the person that Diddy would send to go take care of Cassie when things would happen, and you know, she's seen some of the physical abuse. But there was one time, I guess, where Diddy grabbed her phone allegedly, and they were having conversations back and forth, but then she'd also have conversations with some of the other staff who would make jokes about Diddy's moods and temperaments, and she was nervous. She didn't want him to see it, so she ran after him with the phone, and he allegedly slammed the door, and she thought it was a mistake, and then he allegedly did it again. Damn. She also says that she was pushed into a pool allegedly at one point. She's had things thrown at her, a ton of different things. She's seen a lot. She was able to have more conversation about some of the alleged Cassie beatings that we had heard Cassie talk about from her point of view. She also alleged that she was one of the assistants that would have to go and set up the hotel nights. And all the assistants in their hotel nights recaps are spot on the same. She must
couldn't swim. If she's, you know, if she said she got pushed in the pool, she must really just couldn't swim, because that can be detrimental.
Especially when your boss allegedly is doing it.
Yeah, and you can't swim.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Lauren. You've been in the courtroom.
Yes.
Do you feel like the government can take a nap anytime soon?
Oh, the government could have went to sleep yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like the government can sleep very comfortably at this point.
Yeah.
It feels like they could rest this case. It's been 3 weeks? Has it been 3? This is week 3 right here, right?
This is week now, right?
3
out. Next week is week 4, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was a whole week of the jury selection too, which I know doesn't count. But yes, I do think that could happen right now. And honestly, at the end of court yesterday, there was a conversation about, because the government had already said that they're probably going to be resting their case a bit early. And Diddy's team came yesterday and made it clear, like, even though the government can't find whatever witnesses they're trying to find, or they feel like they're resting their case early, we are not going to do that. We still have, legally, we have the right to respond to some of these things, and we plan to do so. So they said that they want to go the full period to July 4th.